Hello and welcome YouTube, welcome back to my channel, the Certified Jordan channel. Today we are going to have a look at the CBR600RR. We're going to do the rims, and also we are going to be painting the swing arm as well as some plastics on the motorcycle. So you'll see in this picture the rims are black and the swing arm is also black, and also those huge pieces of plastic on the fairing covering the engine is also black. So in this picture here you can see that I've already flattened the front rim, and then I've already flattened the rear rim. They were full of bruises and things and paint chips. So here in this piece of the video I'm painting a base color black. And then I was rudely interrupted by my son and his friend who wanted to see what the rims looks like. So now I'm going to continue with a nice thick base coat of black on that rear rim. I've cut a piece of video out here, so you saw me there just wettening the paving again to minimize dust ingress into the paintwork. Here I'm adding the first coat of gold onto the rims. Again, I was rudely interrupted in the middle of the painting process, and then I just continued that nice first layer of gold onto that nice super jet black base. Waited for some flash of time, just inspecting to see if anything's wrong there, getting some paint ready. And here comes the second coat. Nice thick coat of gold. It's a very nice color. It's called Honda Super Racing Gold. Then just some light touch-ups just to make sure that we've got every square millimeter covered. Then I gave it a 30-minute flash of time. I deleted that section of the video, wettening the paving again, because here comes the clear coat. Right, first coat of clear, just a very light dust coat of clear. Rear rim, 10 minutes flash of time, clear coat number 2, nice thick layer. If I say nice and thick, I like to put it on quite thick, but also you need to keep in mind that the clear coat is thin, it runs very quickly. That's the next day. You can see there that it came out very nice. And then here comes the swing arm section. The bike, unfortunately now it's not really movable, so I need to do this paintwork inside of my garage, and also the motorcycle won't fit into, well, it will fit into my little spray area there, but I won't be able to move around it. There I'm just measuring all the standard stickers and things on the swing arm, and then I called my boy to come and assist me to get all those stickers off whilst I'm cleaning and prepping the swing arm for paint. I'm using lacquer thinner there. It's not a cheap lacquer thinner, it's a proper lacquer thinner. I'm using that to clean, and then I'm also rubbing that entire swing arm section there with a Scotch-Brite pad. There I started to mask the areas that I don't want paint on it. I'll also do a little video on the products that I use for painting, so that you can have a look at that as well. However, remember that most of these products are only available in South Africa. That section of the frame I'm masking now is the only piece of subframe that you can see with the plastic and the seats on. It's not in a bad condition, there's no damage to it, but the paint has some chips and you know, some general wear and tear on it, so I decided to repaint that in a nice silver, the same color as the swing arm. So what I'm doing with my paint, if I like paint the swing arm there, It's a silver. It does not get a clear coat over it because it's not supposed to be shiny. But because it doesn't get a clear coat, I add a bit of hardener into that base coat. So I'll do 2-to-1 mix with 2 parts paint to 1 part base coat thinner, and then what I'll do is I'll add a bit of hardener into that mix. Just putting some cloths and rags and things over the rest of the motorcycle. As you know, white and silver makes a very big mess if it comes to overspray. So I don't want overspray everywhere on the motorcycle. That then needs to be cleaned afterwards. So I'm masking off and really taking my time to make sure that only the pieces I want to paint are exposed. So there I'm doing the frame, then the swing arm, and this came out very nice. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes of flash off time there as well. I'll delete the flash off times in the video. It's pointless to sit and look at nothing. But there, the first coat was laid down there. It came out very nice, and we're going to do the second coat now. So here comes the second coat of silver. That silver covers extremely well. It is a fantastic color. It's excellent paint quality product to work with. Keep your eye out for that video that I will be discussing the products that I am using. That came out very nice. Another thing to remember here when you are painting oily portions such as swing arms and rims, which is usually full of chain lube and road debris and so forth, it's extremely important to make sure that that section that you are aiming to paint is perfectly clean. Lacquer thinner works very well to clean your paint piece nicely, but I also prefer to, you'll see that little white spray bottle standing there. Even before I use any lacquer thinner, I like to use a degreaser that is undiluted, clean degreaser to make sure that my workpiece is completely clean, and then also wearing gloves to keep the oil off my skin off of the workpiece. There my paddock stand scratched the newly painted section there, so I had to repaint that small black section. You'll see me fixing that right now, guys. And also make sure that you have the right paddock stand for the right bike, especially if it comes to the front one. My motorcycle fell over the other night because of settings on the paddock stand not being right. And never use a front paddock stand without using the back one. You cannot use a single paddock stand if you want to lift the front of the bike. You always lift at the back first, and then you lift the front. Here me and my boys is just moving. We're just moving that bike a bit forward and a bit more to the right because I want to get the nose up in the air so that we can start with the process of painting the forks. Here the rear, the hugger is going back in and the chain guard, but I ultimately decided after the whole bike was assembled to remove those and paint them because there was a small blemish on that hugger. Okay guys, that concludes this video. Please keep your eyes peeled for the next video where we will be fitting the painted rims and plastics.